Hi, Abigail.
Hello, Ryan.
Who do we have on the pod today?
Werewolves
It's a
today.
play on werewolves.
Mm-hmm. Who we got from Tori at WTF Publicity. And they were on Kraken Fest in Orlando, Florida, our hometown.
Shout out. Shout out. AJ is the lead singer. He's a Florida boy as well.
They're based out of West Palm.
Mm-hmm. We have a Florida question for him. I don't know if you saw it. It's a little bit different. AJ.
Yo.
You're sideways.
There we go. It didn't adjust properly.
Welcome to Bothering the Band, man.
What's going on?
Thank you so much for doing our silly little podcast. Little is
more than happy to. In fact, my publicist Tori reminded me this morning, oh, hey, you got to do this. And she asked, are the other guys coming? And I said, probably not.
All good.
Because, yeah. Because that would be
out well.
Bothering the actual band.
It worked out well. We've had a few adjacent musicians on here, like who aren't actual musicians, but they work in the music industry or like played an instrument when they were like 12. So we're pretty loose.
I mean, technically, I'm not a musician. I'm just a singer.
Your instrument is yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So again, welcome. Where are you at in the world right now?
I'm in my bedroom.
And we're getting to something. Where's the bedroom located? In the house, but where's the house located?
It is an apartment in Boynton Beach.
Oh man, you're so close to me. I am in Parkland, Florida, Coral Springs area.
Oh, dude, I grew up there.
That's insane. We could do a deep dive. Yeah. All right, we're gonna kick this off hard. How do you personally describe your music?
I would probably call it, I would consider it like a hodgepodge of just everything and anything in the last like 20 years. We just try to mash it all together. I don't know. I call it formulaic metalcore for people with ADHD.
I love it.
You know, it's like we're trying to stick to this structure of like writing formulaic material, but at the same time, everybody wants to kind of cram the same bullshit, all this different bullshit in and all these different subgenres in, that it's whatever the fuck. We just did a Sum 41 cover, and I'm very excited about to come out, and it literally sounds like my entire musical career put into one fucking cover song.
Oh, that's genius. It's genius also because like Sum 41 was like that pop punk, but did a bunch of like metal covers. So it's almost like a flip.
Oh, trust me, that was one of the main reasons why I picked it, because I've always wanted to do a pop punk song, and the only band that really like stood out to me at that time period was Sum 41. I know that everybody gravitated more toward like New Found Glory and don't get me wrong, I love New Found Glory, but Sum 41 just always had this fucking attitude to them that was just so fucking awesome.
They're going on tour. They're doing a tour with another Canadian band. I just saw, I forget who it was. I think you have to like New Found Glory because of where you're from. They're from Coral Springs. So.
My best friend, one of my best friends in life, a guy named David, his brother was Steve Klein. And so I grew up like with New Found Glory. Like I've known those guys my whole life. I've cut Jordan's hair before. Actually, I shaved his head bald, which was an interesting experience for me. And they, oddly enough, they ended up naming a song in their last album, Shook by Your Shaved Head, which I'm pretty sure was because of that.
Oh, wow.
So I've had a long legacy with those guys.
Uh, since we're on like a Florida music thing, oh, well, you just mentioned cutting hair. That's something in my research you do on the side. You're a
Yeah.
barber. What's the term for a dummy like me?
Yeah, that's it. That's
Barber?
really it. Yeah,
I
I'm a
didn't know if there
barber.
was like a new like parallel, like how like a bartender could be called like a mixologist.
I would never call anybody a mixologist. I'd be like, you're a fucking bartender. Go get me a Heineken 00. Why don't you mix that top off and hand it to me?
I'm so happy you said 00. Way to go, man.
Yeah, I don't. I've been sober now, going on my 4th year. So I'm that guy
Very
who orders
cool.
that bar in hopes they have it.
Okay, well let's dive into that. I just passed a year sober, very stoked. But I've heard a flip flop on the NA non-alcoholic beer. I have some friends that are like, don't do it.
One, congratulations, because that's not easy to do, and I know a lot of people probably give you shit on a regular basis about it. And just no, it's like the fact that you've made it this far is fan-fucking-tastic. So you should be very proud of yourself. I actually have a funny story about NA beers.
Lay it on us.
I remember my first year of entering into my first year of sobriety. I remember I started going to like AA meetings because I thought that's what you do. You decide like, I'm not going to drink anymore. I should go to these things because I have a problem. And then you realize like, and I'm not saying this for anybody, it works for everybody. It didn't work for me. I just remember I went a couple months and I was talking to somebody outside of this meeting, and I was talking to them about how like, oh, dude, I'm so stoked. Like I had my first like NA beer and it really wasn't that bad. And this dude launched into this whole fucking thing. Needless to say, while he's telling me this, he's smoking a cigarette, which is still, as far as I'm concerned, nicotine is technically still a drug. So he's telling me how terrible that is, and all it's going to do is lead you back into drinking and stuff like that. And I'm just like, wow, fuck you. And I stopped going immediately after that. And guess what? I've been drinking NA beers this entire time, and I haven't had a single fucking drop of alcohol in a really long time.
That's a fantastic, that parallels a few things I've been through as well. We won't dive into that, but I feel you hit a couple of things that are
honestly, dude, if
whatever works for you. Yeah.
If you want to have an NA beer and you feel like being social with everybody and you don't feel like holding a glass of fucking water or soda water with lime, like fucking have one. It's not, just don't drink a real fucking beer and don't drink fucking alcohol. Like just enjoy yourself and use the placebo effect so you can feel social. It doesn't fucking matter.
Well said. Abby's heard some rants from me about AA and all that jazz, but again,
hi, by the way.
Oh yeah, we didn't even do an introduction. Shit,
we did not.
We just dove right in. I'm the host, Ryan. This is the producer, Abby. She's in Wyoming.
What's going on? It's great to meet you.
We got Florida happy because we're both from Florida. She's from Orlando.
Oh, sick.
So we got Florida happy. We didn't do introductions. That's how you know it's a good conversation already and a good podcast.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know this person. I should know the person that's over there. Hi.
Hello. Welcome.
We should do that from that, like just not acknowledge one of us the whole time.
All right. or hear me out. How about I just don't acknowledge either of you and I just have my own conversation?
Yeah, just
go for it.
That way it's rude to nobody. This way it's rude to both of you at the same time and not one or the other. I'm into that idea.
Well, this far into it, I believe you would probably tell some good stories to yourself. So I'm okay with this.
We can make most of the interview just me reading a copy of DC Deceased. So whenever you ask a question, I just start reading a chapter.
Perfect.
All right, now let's get back to it.
No, I love it. I wish we had like our designer Enid here. She probably would be the one to not say and like we not acknowledge.
Let's invite her to this right now, and then we won't say a word to her.
When she comes on, she's like, hi. And we're just like, not look. She's the sweetest. We couldn't do that.
No.
This is great. What's the last sin you committed?
I'm trying to think. Been really good lately. You know what? No, what's trying to think.
All right, here we go. I have a prompt.
This sucks because I've now thinking about it, I've been really good. I'm trying to like lately. I don't know. In the past, I could fucking name tons of sins, but
When you're shopping at Publix and you use a cart, do you return it all the way up, or do you just leave it in the parking lot, or you like push it towards the direction? What do you do?
I usually put it in the cart return.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. That's what I do.
Lot. Yeah. Unless someone parks like an asshole, and then I put the cart right like beside their car.
Okay.
I'm that person. I will do that because fuck you.
Yeah. Like if they're taking up a little bit of two spaces.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? I stole something.
Oh, can you tell us about this?
This was an accidental steal. You know how like but I also could have just went back and like returned it, but I didn't. You know how like sometimes you'll like pick up a t-shirt at like Walmart or something like that, and maybe you put it around your neck and you forgot that it was there. I did that. And then I was like, I'm not going to walk all the way back. I've made it this far, so we're going to just carry on.
I don't think it counts. I don't think stealing from Walmart counts at all. They're
no, it's factored into their budget.
Yeah, it is. And those big corporations, they're like the devil. Like I think that you're allowed to do that.
Yeah. Then you know what my biggest sin has been lately? Walking into Walmart.
Yep. There you go. There you go. Just walking in.
Walking in.
Your soul loses a little bit of itself every time you walk in.
Haven't you heard the album? I sold my soul already.
We have. Yeah. We've been starting our mornings with the album. It's really good. Right.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh man.
I'll tell you right now, blast this new cover on full blast. It's gonna fucking really irritate you. It's very like fast, loud, and energetic. I'm so stoked on it. I can't say what song because I already said way too much, but I'm fucking stoked on it. That's how I'm trying to get the other side. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to pull people in with this. I grew up as a pop punk kid.
Remember, like who was it? Was it Fat Records or whoever used to do? Maybe it was Epitaph. Like there was like punk goes pop and punk goes metal. So now you need to do metal goes punk.
Actually, it's so funny. My publicist, I showed her the new cover, and she's so mad that that's not a thing anymore because she's like, "This would be fucking great for it," and I'm like, "I know."
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite.
Make it a thing.
They have to do it. They have to bring it back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like this would have to be like metal goes pop punk or pop punk goes metal.
Pop goes the metal. I'm trying to think of a pun here and I can't.
I just wanted to do something different than the typical butt rock covers that we do. Not that I don't love them, but I'm very excited about this one. I want to start exploring more fun, weird stuff.
Can you tell us in like release or anything like that?
We're in the early stages of planning when it is. Literally, I just finished recording like a couple days ago, and I third mix of it, and I'm so excited.
Do you do any like vocal exercises or warm-ups?
Actually, yes. If I don't, I'm utter dog shit. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of singers don't like to say that, but I am fucking terrible if I don't warm up. So what I do is I have a few rituals. One of them is I can't have, depending on the time frame, I can't have anything cold like 3 to 4 hours before a performance. Mm-hmm. And once I warm up, it's just all hot liquid until then. And I use this thing. I know it looks like a bong, but it's not a bong. I promise you, you could probably use it as a bong.
Is it what's it called? The
This is the Dr. Vox. It's by Jamie Vendera. He's actually the vocal instructor that is famous for being able to shatter glass with his voice. And a fun story about that, or it's not a fun story, but a fun fact. He actually he did I think it was a show in Japan, and he shattered the glass, and it like fucked his throat up, and he had to go through like vocal surgery and stuff like that, and basically had to like find his way back into singing. And so he discovered like this whole thing, and it's basically like a strength training exercise for your voice. So like you can see that there's water levels like right along there. I'm at about a level 6 right now. And pretty much what this is like the conditioning of the water. So like you take both these little things out and you blow in, right? So you do, he has all these different vocal exercises that you do. And so like you basically blow out into it and you go. And so what that is doing, instead of like doing that, instead of like doing like very loud over the top fucking vocal exercises, now you're doing it pretty quietly into this thing. And the water levels actually add tension, and they massage your vocal cords, so you're building up your strength of them. And it's nuts. Like I've been using this thing for almost a year now, and it's crazy how far like my voice is like completely just like changed. Like my screams have gotten way more like just all over the place, and like my range has increased, and it's just so cool. But you know, before that I did like a standard 30-minute warm up to where did he go? Sorry, when somebody like chimed in.
No, you're good. For those listening, AJ's holding up what looks like a combination bubbler, water bottle, neti pot thing.
Yeah.
And this is fascinating. No joke. I've never heard of this. So it's very cool.
Yeah. So the other end actually is for like when you need like a little bit of hydration, it just you suck in the excess moisture.
Oh wow.
And so it like lubricates your throat. Yeah, it's dope, dude. Like this thing has changed the way that I do vocal warm-ups. I'm not sponsored by them.
I was gonna say they should sponsor you and the pod.
I bought this with my own money. But yeah, that's about it. I just do 30 minutes of this. I do a low warm up, and then I do 15-minute low warm up, 15-minute high warm up. The high one is ridiculous. It's like sirens and stuff like that. So you go like and you do that for like it's hard to describe. It's just 15 minutes of just that kind of stuff.
That's no joke. I'm so fascinated by this. I'm writing down like vocal exercises in my notes. It's very cool. I'm glad you did it and you were picking it up on the pod.
Honestly, showing it to you is just one thing, and then just fucking doing it is different.
You heard it here, folks. AJ's working out while on the pod. That's like you going to the gym.
Yeah, which I also do. That's another part of my pre-show ritual is I have to go and stretch for like a good hour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got old bones, so I gotta fucking loosen everything up.
Oh, I know that game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is a fun little spin on a question we've asked before. Okay, you know the game Fuck, Marry, Kill?
Absolutely.
All right, we're gonna ask you Fuck, Marry, Kill things in Florida.
Okay.
So proud of this.
That's a good one. Okay. Kill 95.
Ooh, bravo.
Marry Publix. Fuck Wawa.
Way to go, man. I was can't top it. Abby, what do you got?
Actually, let me change my Wawa one because Wawa is like everywhere. This is exclusively Florida thing. Fuck the South Florida metal scene.
Oh, nice. Nice. Way to
I
bring
would
it
not
back to
marry it,
music.
but I would fuck it.
Oh, wow.
So Publix, 95,
Kill 95,
South
marry
Florida metal
Publix.
scene.
I have to agree with the Publix in 95. Spot on.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would fuck the Beaches or the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, but you do all the things I just mentioned. That's just a give.
Yeah, man. Great answer. Fucking man. All right, so you're a hairstylist, a barber, whatever, a head mixologist.
Yeah, I'm all those things. I'm gonna start calling myself a head mixologist.
I'm a head mixologist. I worked at a mixology bar in New York, and it was so busy that there were steps I was skipping. This is 20 years ago, whatever. There were steps I was skipping in like the shaking and the flare and all that shit, and they fired me. This is a crazy, weird story and not at all pertinent, but I was skipping the steps and they talked to me. And then, do you know the show Lost?
Yeah, of course.
A cast member from Lost came in and I like geeked out and asked for a picture and then they fired me.
Who was it?
It was, her name's she's the redhead. Her name's Rebecca. The actress name is Rebecca. I forget the name of on the show. So,
okay. That's still cool.
I'm very disappointed in you right now, Ryan, because the party's leaving out is that he should know that answer because he ran a blog.
Is it
all
Claire?
about
No, it's not Claire. Starts with a C though.
You wrote a whole blog about Lost?
A long time ago when the show was on, me and my buddy wrote a very it was maybe the biggest thing I've ever written. Like people would we would go to these parties and people would like stop us and be like, you write this thing and you do this. And I was like, oh my God, very, very corny and nerdy. But yeah, I loved the program.
That's so cool. I'm very proud of you. I am with her though, that you should know this.
Should know it.
You really should.
Show's been off the air for 12 years, guys. It's not Claire. Fuck you.
That was her name in the show, right?
No, Claire's the blonde, but that got pregnant, or that was pregnant. Now I'm looking. Are you already looking it up? Of course. Is great. This is great content right here. This is great radio content. But I was kind of like online friends with Jorge Garcia, the big fella.
Okay.
And so when I met her, I like threw that in there, of course.
He was in a great episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
He was. He was.
So good.
So good.
So good.
Do you want to know her name?
Yeah, we do. This is not for anybody listening right now.
Starts with a C.
This is between us right now. Like
on the show, she was Charlotte.
Charlotte.
In real life, she's Rebecca Mader.
Yeah.
Hey, you got the first one. You got the first part.
I did. And I took a photo with her and like hung out with her and like poured her a drink, got fired, and then went with her and her friends to have a drink at another place. And that
worth it.
Pretty worth it. Pretty worth it. That place sucked.
I did bartending for a little while. I did serving, like bottle service at a club. And you get to meet celebrities all the time, and it's worth getting fired to have like one cool night that you'll remember forever.
Yeah, totally. I agree. And
depending when you're in that industry, you get picked up like that. Like you walk into I actually, a funny story. I worked at a improv nightclub, and I got fired for calling this customer the C word because she was being a C word. And I walked up to my manager and I'm like, I'll be in your office. You can fire me. It's cool. I'm like, he walks in. I'm like, so do I need to clean up? He's like, no. And I'm like, all right, so we're good. He goes, yeah. So I walk across the street to this place, Blue Martini, which in Florida, we all know Blue Martini. I walked directly across the street to Blue Martini. I said, hey, I just got fired for this. Can I work here? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, okay, sick. they're like, come Thursday. I was like, cool. And then that following week, when Thursday rolled around, Improv Nightclub opened up. I'm standing right there, and I'm just waving to the owner, waving to the manager.
Oh man.
He's like, fucking kid.
Yeah, I worked in the restaurant game and bar game for like 15 years, and most of it in New York. And yeah, just bounced. So like, oh, this sucks. I'm gonna just go get like anytime.
That's the thing.
Any
That's
authority.
why you can feel so fearless. Like you can be like, I'm gonna hang out with this person. If I get fired, whatever, I'll go fucking work over there. I was thinking about quitting anyways.
Especially when you're young. Like I was smart enough to know when I was young. I remember my sister got mad at my older sister. Got mad at me one time. I quit a job. Like I just quit. It was Foot Locker, and I just quit. And she's like, "You can't do that. It's gonna follow you around." And I was like, "I'm pretty sure when I'm like 30, no one's gonna be like, listen, you got some great experience. However, you quit Foot Locker in '98 without notice." Like,
yeah, what, you're not gonna get notifications about the latest Air Jordan drop?
Oh man, oh devils. So back to the hair mixologist. Have you ever fucked up? Have you ever slipped up and like accidentally, zzz?
That used to happen sometimes, like when I first started out, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was kind of like, I was all cocky because I used to cut like all my friends' hair and like different bands when I was like, like a jit. And I worked in salons before I became a barber, and it was like one of those things like, I do men's hair at the salon. I can do this no problem. And so in the beginning, like sometimes the clip would fall off, and I'd be like,
oh no.
That person would just never come back to me again. Or one time I didn't know how to shave, and I was pretending I knew how to shave people. I was like, I shaved myself. I can figure this out. And I ended up like tearing this dude's neck apart because I didn't know we were supposed to pull the skin. And I didn't know what angle you're supposed to hold the razor, and this dude's whole like bottom was all just ready to burn. So yeah, there's those things, but now, no, it rarely ever happens. Knock on wood, it won't happen again.
Did you have to like apprentice to do that?
No, this isn't Europe. I had to pay the state money, and
okay.
They were like, okay, you could be a barber now. You have to go through a barber training, which is like 1,200 hours. That's standard for any cosmetology. I didn't do barber school. I did cosmetology, and then I got a barber's license because I took the barber exam, and I passed and got it, and I paid the state money, and now they just ask me for money every 2 years to allow me to continue doing what I do. That's it.
I think that's pretty cool. That's something I know nothing about. Postscript, when we're done with the pod, don't hang up, and I'll talk to you. I just got a haircut, but maybe I'll come visit you.
Dude, that'd be cool. We can do that again, like in like actual life. Yeah,
shoot the shit. And like I said, I was doing research, and I was like, well, I think, and I was telling Abby, I was like, I think this guy's close.
Side note, Postscript is a great Finch song.
Yes, it is. I agree.
It is. Yeah.
Wow.
Just had to mention that.
Back around to music.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
I like that entire album.
That there's nothing better. Actually, to be honest with you, the second album is a sleeper. Like, I don't know if you ever get a chance, go back and revisit that second album. It sucked when it first came out because we were expecting What It Is to Burn Part 2, and we didn't get that. But it's actually a really good album. Like a Say Hello to Sunshine.
I'm going to revisit. It's been a minute.
It's worth a revisit for sure.
No segue here. What kind of shampoo do you use?
On it. Okay. I use just like Tresemme. Like, okay. Just, like the bigger the better. I really only shampoo like my hair once a week now that I have like long hair.
Even in Florida, man.
I mean, I condition all the time, but I shampoo like usually like once a week because otherwise my hair will just become like this insane thing. But I use a lot of oil, and I use a lot of leave-in conditioner. Like there's a ton of leave-in right now in all of this. Otherwise it would be like a mountain.
for those listening, beautiful. You have like beautiful locks.
Beautiful long locks.
For real, not even kidding. Tresemme, do you remember the like 90s Tresemme jingle? Does anyone?
Off the top of my head.
I just went ooh la la.
Yeah, it was Tresemme, Tresemme, ooh la la.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck. I haven't heard that in God knows how long, because who the hell
Why?
watches commercials?
Why do we remember that? Oh. Okay, here's a couple of rapid fire dumb ones. Little Red Riding Hood or Three Little Pigs?
Three Little Pigs.
Freddie or yeah, Freddie or Jason?
Oh, Jason. I like my killers silent.
Nice. The Mummy or Frankenstein's Monster?
Frankenstein's Monster.
All right. And what was the last book you read?
The last book I read was Dante's Inferno.
Oh, nice.
The Divine Comedy, yeah. Because I had to study for this album.
That's right. That's where I was going with this and the sin question earlier. And so while researching the band, I like abandoned the research on the band and did a deep dive into Dante's Inferno and like just like all the levels and shit. And I was like, this is so fascinating. And a lot of the links I clicked on came back to the film Dogma for some reason.
Dogma is very big on Dante's Inferno and actually shits all over it at different periods throughout the film, which is genius. But when we first started this record, we set out to do we didn't know we were going to make a full length. we went out to do like the 7 Deadly Sins. But I remember like a friend of mine had mentioned to me, like, dude, you should do Dante's Inferno. He's like, have you ever really like studied it before? I was like, I mean, I'm familiar with it. I played the game and I was like, I mean, hell's dope. So why not? So I ended up falling in love with the book and just falling in love with like the beautiful way that they kind of describe this torturous place.
Yeah.
And if you grew up in Florida, you can definitely relate to Dante's Inferno because it's fucking hell.
Oh, I'm so happy you say that. I'm sitting. I have a thing. I say that people who love Florida are worse than Florida people.
1000%.
That's a whole other bag of hammers we could dive down. But I agree with the Dante Inferno comparison that especially like, you're around the same age growing up then. It's gotten, the whole world's gotten a little cooler, and Florida included. Orlando is where we grew up, so that's like, I go back now and I'm like, oh cool, I wish it was like this when I was 15 and a poet. Like, it was not like this at all.
No, actually, to be honest with you, Orlando's got one of the best scenes. Like, yeah. I love playing Orlando. I've never seen people more excited to like just be around music. Like, you don't get that down here. Like down here, everybody's like, fuck you, what's next? And you're like, I was gonna play it. They're like, fuck you, I'm tired of hearing that. Play a new thing.
Next. Okay. New. What's that?
Yeah, new, next. Oh, you're not working on shit? Fuck you. I hate it. It's such a miserable thing.
Do you have any tales from Kraken Fest this time around?
There's so many tales.
Any you can share with us?
Not without getting in major trouble. Let's just say there's a lot of, and nothing bad. It's just funny to be so tied in with a company that believes so much in our project. And it's one of those things like you get to see and everything that you probably shouldn't know and probably shouldn't see. And it's cool. I don't know. As far as tales go, I can give you a good story.
Yes, that's the whole thing is stories.
Yes. I can tell you how uncool I played it with Burt McCracken.
Oh, please do.
It was one of those things like, okay, so I realized this not too long ago that I'm not good around people that I have like that I adore and like I worship. As embarrassing as it is, I was talking shit the whole time that I was gonna meet Michael Bolton, right? So I just remember my wife and I were going to see him, and I was like, man, I'm gonna show up. I'm wearing makeup. I'm wearing my leather jacket. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna be like, yo, that dude's cool. I should probably do a fucking song with him. And I was like, I'd probably like revive his career and stuff like that. She was like, what metal band has Michael Bolton on a song? And as soon as we walked up to the meet and greet to say what's up, I fucking locked up, right? And I froze. And I took a photo with him. He was like, hi. I was like, hi. And then we took a photo. He's like, did you enjoy the show? I went, yeah. And then he was like, all right, man. And I was like, okay. And then I fucked off. So I already knew going into meeting Burt McCracken, I wasn't going to play it cool. So in my head, I was like, if I just tell him I'm not going to play it cool, then the ice is broken and I won't play it cool. And then he'll at least be in on this, that I am aware that I'm not playing this cool. It wasn't that at all. I announced to him that I wasn't going to play it cool. So he's okay. Let me paint you a picture. So my guitar player comes into the my guitar player comes into the green room, and he's like, look what I got. And I spent all day like waiting to fucking see this dude in my full fucking makeup, because I'm like, oh, he's gonna see me and just be like, oh, that dude's cool, right? I was like, I'm like, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. So I spent all day just like stalking outside their fucking their trailer. And I just remember it was like the end of the day, and this is like an hour before they're gonna go on, or a half hour before they're gonna go on. And my guitar player comes in with a nice photo of him and his girlfriend and Bert, and he goes, look what I got. He was just outside. He's like, you just waited. He was just chilling out there. We talked to him. He's cool. And we took this photo. And I'm like, you fucking piece of shit. I have been waiting all day. I did vocal warm-ups outside their fucking trailer. I paced around all day in my fucking black makeup and everything. And I was ready. I was ready to be like, oh, we're gonna be best friends. Probably gonna let me come out and scream during Box Full of Sharp Objects. So I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not giving up. So I went back out there and I'm just like waiting. And I'm like, I went back in and I said, no, I'm going back out one more time. I'm going to be that guy. And so I walked back out, and he's standing up on the top part of their, because all the trailers had walkways. So he's standing up like right outside the door, smoking a vape. And I'm trying to tell if it's him because it's dark out, right? So this guy, he's just standing there and just minding his own fucking business, just like doom 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 doom. I hope no weirdos bother me. I'm Burt McCracken. And here I am emerging from the shadows with like my melted makeup from sweating all day. I look like a fucking asshole. And he just sees this. He just sees this come out of the shadows. A guy going, because I'm trying to tell if it's his facial features or not, if it's Burt. So I'm like, and I'm just like, and I get closer and I go, Burt. And he goes, yeah. And I go, hi, I'm the singer of Werewolves. You don't know me, but I like you. Can I come up there and maybe talk to you? By the way, I'm not gonna play this really cool. Can I tell you a really cool story that you don't really care about? When I was 16 at Work Tour, I got knocked out, and then the securities brought me backstage. And when I woke up, you handed me water, and then you left. And because of that, I'm a singer in a band, and now I'm playing with you. And he was like, cool. I was like, I want to give you my CD because that would mean a lot to me because I really like you and I've been trying to sound like you. And he was like, cool. And I'm like, okay, can I get the picture now? And I took the most uncool fucking picture you'd ever see in your life. And then he was like, all right, man. And he tapped me on the back. And then I went, okay, now I'll leave. And then I walked down the stairs and I went in and I looked at the picture and I was just like, oh, fuck. And I walked in the trailer and I go, look how fucking bad this is. And my partner was like, what's up with your face? And I'm like, I have no idea, man. I just weirded out Burt McCracken.
Oh man, my face hurts from smiling.
I'm crying.
Oh man. He remember? I mean, I don't know. He didn't say, oh, I remember helping a small boy come to and with the water.
I said that, and he just goes, oh, that's really cool, man. He's like, Yeah. He's like, good, cool. And I don't remember what he said. He's just like, everything that I had said to him, he was just like, okay.
Well, isn't he? I don't know this at all, but is he like, he seems like an introverted person.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like he's one of those, like, if he's comfortable around you, he's just like animated and all over the place. But if you're just like a weirdo in a band wearing like melted makeup, like your Joker from that scene in Batman when Kim Basinger splashes him in the face with water,
yes,
then
I'm
yeah, you're
so
probably
happy. That's where my mind went.
yeah, that's what I look like.
Where he's like this and he goes, yeah.
Like that was me.
Oh man, that's funny. This is so for everyone listening who's not familiar, AJ puts on is a dope makeup setup, and then the prosthetic horns. I severely want to know how you do it and want a tutorial because I love the devil and I would just wear those to my daughter's school and in regular clothes.
No, I don't. I wasn't in the devil makeup. I was in my white face, red eyes.
Yeah.
Wearing like black body paint, like covering all my tattoos. I was in that getup, which looks awesome before you get on stage, but after you get off stage, you just look like a dirty piece of shit.
Yeah. I bet you still look pretty cool. We've seen some photos. You still look cool. However, have you ever went to Publix after a show or anywhere in public like that in full getup or melted getup?
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't bother me. Actually, when we did that Sell Your Soul music video, we had to like jump around all these locations, and I completely forgot. Speaking of the devil prosthetics, I completely forgot I was wearing the devil prosthetic, and I just pulled up to the window, and this like all Spanish crew that was working at Dunkin' Donuts just went like,
oh, El Diablo,
and I'm just looking at them like, what? And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the fucking devil.
Oh man,
I'm the devil on a Sunday afternoon.
On God's day.
On God's day. Asking for an iced coffee.
At God's Dunkin' Donuts.
At God's Dunkin' Donuts. The only thing that would have been better than that is if it was a Saturday and I went to go get Chick-fil-A. And then told him I was also gay. I'm the gay devil. I
only remember to go to Chick-fil-A on Sundays. It's very wild. I'm the devil.
Devil.
I have the devil tattooed right here in the middle of my chest.
Do you really?
Yeah, look, check it out.
There he is.
Yeah.
It's a good dude, solid dude.
Love it. I love it. I'm a Jew, so I don't even believe in the devil, so it's even funnier.
I'm Jewish too.
Ah, yeah. Chaim. Okay, here's a existential question. Would you rather live a guaranteed 80 years dying peacefully on your 80th birthday or a regular unknown death? It could be 100, it could be tomorrow.
Oh, it feels more exciting to say the second one there.
The unknown.
Roll
the dice.
That's what we are. Realistically, that's what we live in. I mean, it'd be nice to get a guaranteed 80 years, but I mean, like, without the unknown, you're not going to try shit.
Yeah. I also feel like that 80 years would live in the back of your brain like a motherfucker, especially once you get a little bit older.
That's all it is. It's just a bunch of like, oh, not yet. I got time.
Yeah.
How do you toss up in a Twilight Zone-esque kind of fashion?
Mm-hmm.
You would live to 80, but you'd also become like a quadriplegic.
Yeah, or a hedgehog.
But mostly quadriplegic.
Have you ever owned any weird pets like a hedgehog or an iguana or anything like that?
I mean, in Florida, technically we all own iguanas. They're just not in the house. They're everywhere. They're literally everywhere.
I know, and I still freak out.
Mm-hmm.
I still freak out because like I lived in New York for so many years, and then coming here, I remember driving with a buddy of mine who's from down here, and I'd be like, holy shit, you see that like giant dinosaur in the street? And he was like, whatever. And I'm like, that is insane.
Yep. That's what this is. That is this place.
It's wild.
That is nothing. That is okay. Tree chicken.
I've never heard that. I like that. How do you
But
feel about
no weird pets? Not yet. I haven't
no
gotten
weird
that.
pets?
The more successful the band gets, I'm probably going to own like a bat sanctuary.
Okay.
I've always wanted one.
A bat cave, if you will.
Yeah. I think that would be fucking dope. Is to own like flying foxes and like bats.
Oh, nice. This episode brought to you by Batman. Just so many Batman references.
Does everybody else have their tickets? Because fucking I'm ready for Thursday in my soul. I bought iPick tickets. I'm gonna be comfortable.
Well, that's another thing we'll have to talk about after this. I'm alone. Let's go. I need someone to go with.
Come.
All right.
I'm pretty sure there's still in the theater that we're going to on the night that we're going to in Delray. I'm pretty sure there's still tickets available. You know, like the iPick setup is like you have a pod seat of 2 people.
Yeah.
So it's all these pods, and then they have servers, which is fantastic. That's how you see
it's great.
Mm-hmm.
No joke. I'm super stoked, and I've asked around, and I don't know if it's COVID or if it's Batman. I had one dude yesterday. I was like, "Who wants to go see?" And he was like, "There's a new Batman out." And I was like, "Don't you like read or open a computer or turn on a television? Anything like
that to me is okay. Cool. That conversation is done. I'm gonna walk away.
Okay, we're not friends forever.
We're not friends forever. You don't know there's a new. Fuck you.
How do you feel
in this year?
Yes. How do you feel about carrot cake?
Play ball.
Okay.
It's around. Fuck yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna actively go out of my way to seek carrot cake, but if someone's like, "Hey, you want a piece of carrot cake?" I'm like, "It's here. I'm gonna eat it."
Yeah, I'm gonna eat the frosting and then throw the rest away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm not a wasteful person, so I'll probably just eat it. Hopefully it's good. I hope. Hopefully it's not vegan. I don't really like vegan treats.
No, not a vegan treat person.
Although vegan arugula is really good.
Oh, where do we get that?
Publix.
Fair enough.
Exactly. That's why you marry Publix.
They have good vegan treats. That's why you marry Publix.
Mm-hmm.
For the subs and the vegan arugula. Oh man, what's your middle name?
Joseph.
Nice. Who do you bank with?
Can I say that on a podcast? Is someone gonna like hack my account? I bank with TD because they make banking easy.
I just think it's funny to ask like metal dudes and like hip hop dudes those practical questions. You know.
No one ever does. Thank you for asking me that.
you're pretty hardcore, man. Talking about bats and shit. I think it's funny to, even when you're on stage and you're just like killing it and makeup and all that shit. I'm like, that guy banks with TD.
That guy banks with TD. That guy enjoys banking with TD because they do not give him issues.
I don't know if Tori told you, but that's the pod. It's bothering the band and a bunch of dumb questions.
I'm cool with that. If you have I'll answer as many as you want to throw at me.
We got a couple more. What's your favorite Halloween costume?
Part of me wants to say the Crow because it's an easy like throw together costume. I literally just did this year as like a last minute thing. But I'd probably say out of all of my Halloween costumes I've ever done, I think my favorite is I did Ron Swanson one year from Parks and Rec, and we went like full method with it, like my wife and I. Like I was Ron, she was Leslie. I'll send you a photo.
Yes, please. Instagram. That's solid gold. What do you know? Here you go. What is Ron Swanson's alter ego name?
I also dressed up as Duke Silver.
Oh man, should have Ron Swanson. We should have Ron Swanson on.
We should have Ron Swanson on. Can I be part of that? Can he be that box that's empty?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then we will just completely ignore him. We'll have our own conversation. He's just there. Just Nick Offerman right there.
Just ignoring celebrities.
Ignoring celebrities. Yeah, bothering the band, but ignoring celebrities.
I love it. I forget he's writing a column right now, and I gotta find it, but I don't know who. If you just Google Nick Offerman column, he's writing for someone, and it's just shit he likes. And the first one was pretty cool because it included like his normal woodworking stuff, but then like he included a performance artist named Laurie Anderson, who's like a great musician, poet, like and so that guy is fucking layers of deep. Bucket list.
And is fantastic. He also is a woodworker. Like a lot of the character of Ron Swanson is based off of Nick Offerman.
It's like make him that guy.
Well, it's one of those things like they created this character and then they started adding layers to him as they all got to know Nick Offerman. Because they're like, wow, Nick Offerman is Ron Swanson.
It's wild. Mm-hmm. When's the last time you high-fived someone and immediately regretted it?
I never regret a high five.
Never.
I also don't just dish them out.
Ooh.
Very selective about my high fives, and it has to be a high-fiving moment.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. I've thrown out a few condescending high fives.
Please explain.
A condescending high five is when someone tells you a story and you go like this. You go.
It's so
because they want it, and you're like, I don't want to do this, but
for everyone listening and not seeing AJ's face, for lack of a better word, it's very like modern, like bitchy.
That's it.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
It's mouth down, eyes up, stare directly at the hand, and
I love it. What's the situation with your laptop cord? How do you store it? Do you wrap it up neatly or you just chuck it in a pile?
Wrap it up neatly. Okay. I have for the part that goes into the wall, I wrap over, and then I wrap the part that goes into the laptop the opposite direction.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your favorite country song?
Friends in Low Places by Garth Brooks.
Oh, bravo.
Actually, is it over here? I think I have a Garth Brooks watch.
A watch?
I love Garth Brooks. I've always talked about I bought a Garth Brooks watch at a dollar store.
Oh,
and
man.
It's amazing. I don't know where it is. No, it wasn't a dollar store, it was a thrift store. I got it for $1. It's somewhere.
That's a must buy. I totally approve and applaud that purchase.
I've been trying to convince the band for the longest time that like doing a Friends in Low Places cover would be fucking just awesome. But everybody told me to eat dicks and they won't do it. Man, so I'll probably end up doing it one day myself.
Whenever you release a full cover album, it's going to be insane. It's going to be all over the place too.
Yeah, I'm going to do there's a whole list of songs that they won't do that I really want to do. So I'm just going to do them. Like, if you guys think this is cool, we could release it as a Werewolves thing, or I could just put it out. I don't care. None of them wanted to cover the Misfits, and I want to literally do an EP of just Misfits covers.
I love it. How do you feel about the album Famous Monsters?
It's an album.
Oh man.
Yeah, no Danzig, no go.
No Danzig, no go. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's appropriate. I think
I've got
an authority on it.
I've got the traditional I'm in a metal band tattoo.
That's like when you first sign up, you're like, oh, I guess.
Yeah, they're like, all right, well, I guess you are 138.
Yeah. Danzig pops out and does it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Because he's got the time.
Yeah, he's got the time.
He's got the time.
If you had a pet wolf, what would you name it?
Talbot.
What?
Talbot. After Homeboy and the Wolfman.
Okay. Just for not for me, but for the audience, tell us about this.
Lawrence Talbot. It's the character that Lon Chaney Jr. plays in The Wolfman.
And that he's the one that turns into the Wolfman, like classic. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed for not knowing this, but that's a deep pool. I'm gonna say that's a deep pool.
Well, now
Who was in the remake of that?
Benicio del Toro.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
And next will be Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. Yeah.
Wait,
I heard
what?
about this. Yeah.
No backup.
Yeah. He will do all facial acting. He will do no acting whatsoever. He will have this face the whole film. And that will be the movie. And then he'll turn into a wolf at some point. But it'll be mostly this and like shots of him looking at the moon going. And then he becomes a wolf. And that's the whole movie.
Oh man. I saw the Benicio del Toro one in the theater.
Okay.
It was all right. Anthony Hopkins is in it. It's all right.
Yo, it did its thing. It brought Rick Baker out, which is awesome because Rick Baker's a fantastic werewolf transformation guy.
It was fun. I'm happy for that AMC purchase.
Yeah, we watched it not too long ago at work because all we do at work is watch movies while we're cutting.
Yeah.
And that was one of those ones where we haven't watched this in a while. And then we watched it and we were like, okay, that's about that. It did the trick. It's not a great movie. It's not a terrible movie.
Can't wait for the Gosling one.
Actually, funny story. The cover of our EP, The Hunger, is a still from that movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very cool.
Hold on,
now I gotta pull it up.
That's Benicio del Toro's claw.
Oh, no shit.
Yep.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Last two questions. Would you sell your soul for superstardom?
Yeah, it's an easy question. I did that already.
Okay.
I'm just waiting. It doesn't kick in yet. It's not automatic.
What happens when it kicks in?
I don't know. I'll let you know when I get there. Wait.
All right. And what do you want your tombstone to read?
He was a great tipper.
He was a great tipper? Oh.
Yeah.
All right, here I'm drawing a tombstone and writing it.
Here lies AJ Diaferio. He was a great tipper.
This is on record now, so
yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm a great tipper. Leave it at that.
Whether you make it to 80 or whatever hand you're dealt.
Whatever hand I'm dealt, I will make sure that I tip appropriately.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if just because of working in that biz, even if I don't like it, I can't do it.
Can't do it. I have to tip well.
Even if I'm like,
yeah, okay, that guy.
I'd rather write something like clever and weird on the nice tip, on the dollar bill or whatever,
Yeah.
And then still give it to him, still stick it to him. Yeah. But what's next for you, for werewolves, for everything? This is your moment. Let's hear the next level shit.
Next for me is that when I get off this podcast, I'm going to use the bathroom.
Oh,
next for werewolves, we're going to start making more music that hopefully people like. And then, I don't know. We're just going to keep doing stuff. Like, people seem to like the stuff we do, so we're going to keep doing more of it, and we're going to try to get it out as fast as possible. And we're going to put out some stuff in the meantime to hold people over until we make that whole record thing.
Fantastic. Where can people find you?
At my house, at work, in my car sometimes, at Publix.
At Publix, ordering Rigula.
Music wise, if you're looking for me on the socials, I live on Instagram. So werewolves, not the way we spell it, the normal way you spell werewolves, _FL for the hell that we live in, at on Instagram and also on Twitter, but we don't use Twitter a lot. But you should follow us on Twitter because we need more followers because nobody follows us on Twitter.
I think we do, or we will.
Yeah.
We will.
There's links. You go on our bios and there's at the bottom that takes you to everything you ever need. And that's why we make it simple. Just go to that. Just fucking go. Type our
make
name
it simple.
to the Google search engine correctly and you'll find everything. But if you want to cut out the middleman, you go to Instagram.
Go to Instagram. Bothering the Band follows you on your personal and the band. So we're there. We're with you.
Did I follow you back or am I an asshole?
I don't know. Just figure it out. We don't think
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Just figure it out.
Listen, you spelled the name right and it got there. So now I can return the favor.
Yeah. Bothering the Band. It's just Bothering the Band. Most important question, number 1 or number 2?
Oh, for the bathroom, it's number 2 for sure.
Oh, wow. Let's keep them on.
But let's be honest. You get a 3 because whenever you do a number 2, you always have a little bit of number 1.
Have you ever? This is a question for the podcast.
You're laughing because you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's always a little bit of pee left. No matter what. You can have just peed and then go sit down and shit and you got a little more pee left.
Have you ever peed or have you ever pooped without peeing? That's a question we should ask
That's
everyone.
Impossible. That's impossible. How do you shit without pissing? There's no you can piss without shitting. You can't shit without pissing.
What if every time you pissed you shit?
Oh my god, then adult diapers would be a lot more money.
And you just have to sit down
all
the time.
I just
like Larry David.
Yeah. It's comfortable.
Oh, it's so
for
comfortable.
every woman ever.
Or every woman.
I love that
ever.
you're like Larry David.
Yeah.
Every woman ever. We all sit always.
I sit 90% of the time.
Yeah. It's comfortable.
It's way better. You gals, you broads really know what's going on.
Listen. Women can pee standing up. It's just not gonna go well.
No.
But you can do it. Like I believe you. Like I believe you can do it. Like if you really wanted to only pee standing up, like you can do it. It's not gonna be great. And you're gonna have to take your pants all the way off to do it. Because that's just
stand in a field.
Gonna mess those pants right up.
I live in the woods. I pee outside a lot.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh man.
I'm pretty sure that's what they invented skirts for, is for peeing standing up. But nobody gave anybody out that memo. If I had a skirt on, I'd just fucking go.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I'm so glad I don't poop every time I pee though, for real. This is a great end to this podcast.
I'm very excited. This is the best I've ever ended a podcast.
This is we pride ourselves on being the most different interview ever.
It's weird because we had that conversation at work today. I forgot what somebody said, and I was like, there's always just a little bit of pee left. If you could take away anything from this, there's always a little more pee. You can always pee just a little bit more.
And that's our show. That's how you have to end it right there.
We're done.
That's it. AJ, thank you so much, man.
I'm so stoked. Thank you for having me.
Taste of skin.